Yeah, 30 days up for 4 days down is the baseline. So basically, they can be awake in RimWorld terms for half a year, and in exchange, they sleep for 4 days. That's basically a quarter of. Yeah, that's like 1/16 of a year. Yeah, it's kind of the literal "I'll sleep when I'm dead." Yeah. But if they don't death rest because you just need them around for just a little bit longer, this can carry an effect. They really do. It's kind of like when I do. In fact, I think I've made this comparison in the past. When I was doing triphasic sleep, I had very little buffer on sleep. Like biphasic, I've got a bit more of a buffer. Like I can push myself a little bit, and then still sleep the normal amount and still feel okay. It's like a regular sleep debt. But triphasic, you did not have time. Like when you're only sleeping for about 20 to 40 minutes a time, 3 times a day, there's no allowance for you not sleeping when you're meant to. The moment my body would say, I'm tired now, I had to find somewhere to lie down. Because if I pushed it much more than that, like if I was like, just 1 more hour, I would be a zombie. Like my body couldn't deal with that. Like I would start getting intense headaches really quickly from that. If I abused that, it's like, yeah, sure, you can have extra hours in the day in exchange for just getting really, really disciplined with your sleep. But if you renege on this contract, the debt collection is going to be fierce. Piercing spine. Carriers grow an opening in their upper chest along with a quiver of keratin spines. Using a hemogen-powered chemical reaction, they can fire these spines at high speed at nearby targets with surprising accuracy. So it's basically they become human porcupines. Super fast wound healing. Carriers of this gene heal from wounds 4 times as fast as normal. Psi-sensitive. Carriers of this gene are more psychically sensitive than average. Now, this is why it would probably be really good to give it to our leader, who is a space wizard. Fast runners. Carriers of this gene are move more quickly than normal. Plus 1/5 of a cell move speed is huge. Tox immunity. Carriers of this gene are totally immune to tox buildup from all sources, including polluted terrain, toxic fallout, tox gas, and direct attacks with venom or injected poison. They are also not bothered by acidic smog. The carrier's biochemical pathways are modified to route around interference from nearly all known toxins, along with enhancements to the kidneys and liver. This keeps carriers comfortable in even the most toxic of environments. Mild UV sensitivity. Carriers of this gene have biological components in their skin that react painfully to UV radiation. They are unusually sensitive to sunlight. Tinder skin. Carriers have dry skin. Dry, thin skin which burns easily from fire, and their immune system reacts very poorly to this kind of threat. Damage from fire is multiplied by 4. Pyrophobia. Carriers of this gene have an intense fear of fire. When fires are close, there is a chance they will have a mental breakdown at any moment. Kind of makes sense, considering. Aggressive. Carriers of this gene are quick to anger. They are twice as likely to start social fights. When they have mental breaks, they are twice as likely to choose an aggressive kind of break. Strong melee damage. Carriers of this gene do more damage in close quarters combat. Extra strong, fast twitch muscle fibers make their strikes accurate and powerful. Low sleep. Carriers of this gene get tired less quickly than others. Robust. Carriers of this gene take less injuries than others from the same damage. They have thickened, densified bones, nearly solid rib cages, and strengthened binding factors in joints and flesh. Oh, something just occurred to me. I'll come back to this in a second. Attractive. Carriers of this gene have unusually symmetrical, balanced facial features and extra clear skin, which gives them a pleasing appearance. Dark vision. Carriers of this gene see well in low light and are unaffected by mood penalties related to darkness. They have a reflective layer behind the retina that amplifies their ability to see in the dark. Strong melee. Carriers of this aptitude in melee is increased by 4. Strong social. Carrier's aptitude in social is increased by 4, and strong intellectual. Now, as you can imagine, this is amazing. Something just occurred to me, though. Citria. Our pigskin, who is already tough and takes 50% less damage, has no social ability whatsoever. Middling melee ability. Middling intellectual ability. Those are all fine. Increasing these would do nothing particularly amazing, but melee would, you know, would be okay. But although Citria isn't one of our space wizards, Citria does have a persona Zeus hammer that makes them better at being a Psi-caster, because it allows them to lower their psionic heat faster and thus cast more spells. Think of it like that. If we made them psychically sensitive, then they go up in their ability to be a Psi-caster quite nicely, and it makes even more sense to get them regular psionic abilities through other means. Additionally, they have a Zeus hammer. If we gave them strong attack, they're nearsighted. They're never going to be someone who fights at long range. They're not good at any kind of long range combat. They're already strongly immune, so that would be wasted. They have reduced pain, which means that they would be much less likely to go down in a fight, because their body just doesn't recognize pain. Now, on a normal pawn, that's dangerous, because it will increase the chances of, instead of them, like, you know, someone just lopped off a leg, they crumple because they are, you know, or they just shattered all of the bones in their leg, and they just crumple from the pain and pass out. They're no longer a combatant. That enemy is now going to look to someone else who's more of a threat. Citria right now is like the bones in Citria's leg could be gravel, and they'd still be willing to fight on. Think Rock Lee in the fight against Gara. He'd already passed out, but his body was willing to continue the fight. So Guy had to step in, because Gara would have killed him, because he was still an active combatant and the fight was going to continue. So Guy had to step in at that point, because Lee would not have Lee's body wouldn't allow him to rest until he was dead. That's where Citria, that's the danger Citria is at right now. Now, that's to some degree mitigated, because Citria is just tough. They take 50% less damage anyway. But now, imagine we give them Sanguophage, which also gives them Robust, which is what our Yitakin has, which gives 75% multiplier on incoming damage. In total, Citria would take 50% damage and then 75% of what's left, or vice versa. I don't think it's multiplicative. I can only assume that Citria wouldn't take 125% less damage, thus healing from every time they get hit, but who knows? So I really think this might be the one to go for. Because it would also get rid of the scratch scar on their torso. So the vampire Gen X's don't override the previous xenotype. Oh, okay, so all right. There's two different types of genes. It's actually best shown through this. You notice the border here? It's kind of more organic looking. Let's have a look at the Itakin. But you notice how there's these. You've got germline genes and xenogenes. These are the germline genes of a baseliner. Are any of these sanguophages a different baseline? I don't know. Are they? Don't see the other ones. They probably have already entered the map somewhere, but so these are sex genes. They'll be passed down. Well, you know, they're not based on chromosomes or anything. They're hereditary genes. Let me put it like that way. It's a bit better. These are. Think of these as the genetic equivalent of a cybernetic limb. If you have a kid, you're not going to pass down your cybernetic limb to them. Not naturally, anyway. You can definitely chop their arm off and give them a cyber arm, you know, because what else would a caring parent do? You just want them to live with the weakness of flesh? No, of course you don't. You want the best for your children. You naturally want to bring them closer to the Omnisire. But it wouldn't happen naturally. It would have to be, you know, post-birth surgery. Same with this. Xenogerms are artificial genes. These are implanted. They are the cybernetics of the genetic world. You can pass the DNA. Yeah, that's because all of these are germline genes. Okay, anyway. We're going to leave that happen. We've got to let our peeps... Oh, there we are. Let our peeps do their thing. Oh. Ooh, what are you? Can't see what you are. That's not going to help, is it? You are... There's a sanguiphage, but what were you before? Dirt mole? Yeah, dirt mole, I think. You're a sanguiphage dirt mole. I'm fairly certain. Let's have a look at the other one. Yeah. Yeah. I think they're a sanguiphage dirt mole. So, yeah, here's an example of a sanguiphage who has other traits. This is not a baseliner. This is a dirt mole. And just these have been added on top. Here's antiphile. Now, did I cover all of the genes there? Yeah, pretty much. So, I'm thinking we may well go for Citria here. I think Citria actually makes a really compelling... A really compelling recipient for sanguiphage. Because Citria could then also do things like this. While I'm just building things, let's not pause it all the time. My bad. Sorry about that. I got excited. Let's pop this down right there. But Citria would be able to do something like round a corner. Let's say there was a mech attack here. Round a corner, wallop a centipede with the Zeus hammer, then jump back over here with their vampire legs. Thanks for the explanation. You're welcome, Maximilianus. You're more than welcome. You are, in fact, going to lose all of your gear. Right, where are the sanguiphages going to set up? I mean, you're more than welcome to set up down there. I guess you could take my ritual room. That would make sense, but... Because sanguiphages are just good in melee, it makes sense to grab my melee pawns first, and I'm going to be putting them in the plasteel armor. If Citria becomes a sanguiphage, then the plasteel armor is going to them instead of Infernal Dragon, which was my initial plan. Does anyone here who is experienced in modding know if the errors that Harmony throws up at the game start with Aavak's mod list are problems? The error while instantiating a mod of typical nice health tab errors. I've not seen those. I would have to have a look into the current... Okay, it may have been an update to some of the mods on that mod list, but I have not experienced those errors myself. I'm terribly sorry to say. So I'm not able to help you with that. Alright. Let's allow them to congregate. There we go. The sanguiphages have begun their meeting. Oh, they're both fully healed. They're off. Alright, so this is a blood torch, by the way. You just feel it with wood, but you can't make these. A specially treated wooden torch that produces a red light over a large area. Sanguiphages gather around torches like these during their ceremonial meetings. The sanguine glow is particularly pleasing to individuals with a blood feeder gene. It can be automatically refueled with wood and produces a small amount of heat. So to get more of those, I would need to host more sanguiphage parties, but I'd see no reason in not doing that. Right. This should result in a big mood boost as well. So on top of having them help me out in not dying, which was very kind of them, I'm also going to get a big old mood boost. Oh, hang on. Ooh. I have never had this happen. The coven leader wishes to join. Oh, El Hazarad said, every time I have this event, there's always one wanted. Really? I've not had that before. Or at least I don't think so. Well, let's have a look at you then. Talked about chess. That's what you needed a secret vampire meeting for? What? Oh. An off-world recruit. Shocked the abattoir. Hmm. Oh, the ritual has a chance of succeed. Oh, you know what? Probably the only times I've ever had this happen is when my ritual spot was just randomly in a room like this where I was doing a little bit of everything. This is one of the first times I've had it happen when I actually had a ritual room. So that's probably what this was. This is one of the very few times they had a nice room to do the ritual in. So now we have both a misogynist and a misandrist. Yeah. Maybe we should try and schedule them at different times. Okay. That is, very well. Accept. Meeting complete. The sanguiphages have completed their meeting and will now give you your reward. Okay. New recruit. Okay. I mean, was that not the reward? Look at the beard. What a fantastic beard. And a very spruce moustache. Genes are regrowing. Oh no, there we go. There. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so we get both of them. Right, Satria. Accept the sanguiphage xenogem. As thanks for allowing her and her fellow sanguiphages to meet here, Squint is willing to share a copy of his xenogem with one of your colonists. This will turn your colonist into a sanguiphage. Very well. This has gone rather well. Rather well. Okay, let's have a look at how this is doing. Let's turn that back on. Oh, that one needs to change. This one should be plasteel helmet. And this one should be steel simple helmet. But turn that back on. I want to make some weapons now. I think Iranian mace would be the right move. And for that, I'm going to need that mined out. If only we have the drill arm. 50 eyes. Well, with that, we need to immediately switch over to Death Rest as our research. This will give us the Death Rest Accelerator, the Death Rest Casket, the Glucose Pump, Hemogen Amplifier, Hemo Pump, And psycho fluid pump. Have I got an unowned bed? Yes, I do. Good, good, good. Darkest Dodo, I'm terribly sorry, but you're downgrading. This will be given to... I mean, it would be nice to give it to you, but unfortunately, you're not of our ideologians. You do not get the good. You get the whatever's left. One day, when you're a true believer, you can have the good. But until that day... that's a shame. Well. Oh, I need to move that back, actually. I'll make this into a little bit of a rec room, I think. Possibly. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a rec room there instead. I'm going to move these around a bit. Okay. I see chat yearns for drama. How dare you? Rude. A long amount of schedule them at different times? No. Now, kiss! Well, I mean, that's going to go very decidedly in the favor of the sanguage, isn't it? Let's be honest now. What do you mean I'm not meant to use my blood-sucking fang when I kiss? Genes implanted. Squint has implanted a copy of her xenogerm into Citria, passing all xenogenes onto her. Citria will be in the germination coma for the next 2 days while her body adjusts to the changes. Squint will suffer from gene loss shock for the next 2 days. Her genes will also need to regrow. This process takes time. If Squint implanted xenogerm again before her genes have regrown, she will die. It's okay, she's leaving. Can you rescue? Thank you. Were you carrying a bunch of... You were carrying a bunch of hemogen. I love it. All right. No, you're not good enough in any other way. So... We're the good guys, chat. Just remember, we're the good guys. Okay, well, we've got a new colonist who we do need to recruit. Whoop, whoop. All right. You are actually decent at this. Let's have a proper look at you. Yeah. It's the only thing you're passionate about, so... Vampire Doctor it is. You're not bad at wardening, but you are technically still not the right person for it. I'm only going to give you a bump if it's important to. Mining of 4, plant cutting of 4. Everyone does that at 4. And technically you could, but I would rather you don't. There are a million other jobs for you to do. However, I am going to give everyone a bit of research at 4 because we've got a bunch of research benches, so why not? If they get to this point, just do the work. It's fine. If we get down here, then sure. Yes, Vampire Doctor sounds like a TV show. It really does. Dev MC says, not sure if it is a TV show, but it is a game. That's true, actually. It is. It only just occurred to me. Wow. Okay, that went really well. Okay, got a lot of stuff to work on. An awful lot of things to work on. So Tria, rather, I actually need you to focus on a couple of things for me. I am so sorry to have to wake you up, but I'm tired of waiting for these things to get done. They are important things. This is going to be a very important place to drop off. Clear all. Kibble. I need that regularly topped up because presently there's not enough nutrition in this area for all of the animals that I'm keeping. We do still have recruits up there, but honestly, right now I'm kind of focusing on a couple of other things. First, I need you to get fully healthy again. And it's going to take some time. Right now, if I do anything wrong, I'm going to accidentally off your leg. And then you'll die to blood loss, which would not be exactly what I want. Desperately need people to do some cleaning too, but we'll get to that, I guess. We need weapons brought in. We need people buried. Good lord, there's so much stuff. You're okay. You're okay. Right, while all that's going down, I'm gonna... Oh, it's a plasteel armor. That one was made by Thalandra, so hopefully we can get that done. In addition to all of this, I'm going to want maces made of uranium. Uranium mace. Do until I have 2 of them. Only allowed ingredients considered. I want them to be at least normal to legendary. I'm you know, at this point we get rid of it basically. Once you're done, Kiwis Can Fly, can you clean the rack room? Because there's a bit of a sty and it is pulling people's happiness down. Honestly, this whole place is a bit of a sty and needs badly to be taken care of. But there's so many hauling jobs. In a way, that's kind of working against us right now. So you know what, sure. You're going to be a hauler, though. I have a couple of people who will focus on cleaning above hauling to make sure it's done. Right. Now that I've got all of these in place, I'm going to want just this one, this one, this one, and this one. Link them all. And then I want very specifically to change the storage options. Never any weapons. This is an important place to drop things. No tainted. Actually, this is going to sound so bad, but for the same reason we give them kibble, it's kind of important to give them tainted clothes. I know. It sounds really bad, but giving them tainted clothes makes them even more miserable, so they'll question God faster. But let's just fall shy of that one, eh? Let's not be utterly horrible. We're force feeding them kibble as it is, but at least kibble is food. You may have button down shirts and pants, and that's it. At least it's only their dead friends' clothes and not their dead friends' skins. That's true, exactly. We're not feeding them their dead friends, and we're not making them wear their dead friends. We're the good guys, chat. Remember, repeat after me. We are the good guys. Ball and P says, does low mood make conversion slow? No, it makes it faster. Okay, so we'll quickly touch on it again. I've gone over this a couple of times now, but I think that it is something that a lot of people don't realize. When you're trying to convince someone that their religion is wrong, you need them to question their God. Like, why is my God letting this happen to me? Why isn't God stopping this? Does God just not care about me? In which case, then maybe I should believe in their God. Their God is being nice to them. My God's being an ass. I mean, why else am I wearing pants made of my sister and I'm eating my father right now? You want to make them as miserable as possible so their certainty in their current faith collapses. Where were you when that happened? Was it only you? I don't know. But when you're trying to recruit them, that's a very different thing. When you want to recruit them, you want to make them feel happy and safe. And especially emphasize the fact that they feel happy and safe because you're taking care of them. If they were anywhere else, they wouldn't be happy and they wouldn't be safe. But because they're with you, they can enjoy such luxury as food meant for people and clothes that aren't made of people. But again, chat, remember, we're the good guys. Poison PL, thank you very much for the gift up to Mad Men on there. Very kind of you. Look at the bright side. Your sister and father are closest they have ever been. That's true. Let's speed things up. Okay. Creature's going to move a couple of bits and bobs around, which is very useful. Very needed. There we go. Let's get those things moved around a bit. All right. There's something I wanted to do in my assignments. I'm going to manage my clothing policies. Civilian, you are allowed to wear smoke pop, fire foam, and I'm going to say smoke pop belts. No, you should only really wear smoke pop. Sorry, fire foam. But smoke pop for soldiers. See, fire foam makes sense. I'm going to say one or t'other. One or t'other is fine. On all of them. These are generally useful for anyone. Smoke pop is a bit more well, actually no. Smoke pop is a bit more useful on soldiers. So I will say that whilst in civilian clothing, you only wear the basics there. Is that plasteel helmet there? I hate you. Please put that somewhere safe. Before Barbie puts it on. I know their name is Barbie, but I'm going to call them Barbie. I had to resist calling them Barbie before, but now I've decided it's just going to happen. Tequila, why? You're fine. You should be fine. Are you fine? If you die because you decided to have a grump, I'm going to be so angry with you. So angry. No, no, we can't. We can't risk it. We can't risk it. You are on the verge of death. Oh, God. Who's the fastest? You're not the fastest, amusingly. Go. Shit. Go. Go, go, go. Oh. Bollocks. It's fine. They would have survived. But I wasn't going to risk it. All I needed was for something to go awry and it would have messed them up. Right, you're good. Now they're in bed, they're recovering so much faster. Oh, well, actually, they've already got immunity now. Why did you have to do that, you stupid... You're a silly sausage. What are you, Tequila Jane? A silly sausage. That's right. You're not an idiot sandwich, though. You can be thankful for that. That'd have been awful. Yeah, I gotta pick up the rifle now as well, because... God. Last thing we want is a masterwork sniper rifle going down the tube. Go and prioritize holding that back for me, please. Thank you. Just go and sleep. My lord. Ooh. You know what? Equip the thrombo horn. That weapon is now yours. Enjoy. Do we have a second thrombo horn? We do not. But I hope we will get one. How long until they rot? And all of this is happening because there's kibble all over the floor. Right. Can you haul that? Yes. Good. Now, go and haul this. Go haul this. Go haul this. Go, go, go. I'm not going to let all of those thrombos rot. That would be an offense against God. Which God, I don't know. Probably the machine God. This might be why we're in this stupid mess. We allowed thrombos to rot. And the mech hive was like, what? These people don't deserve to live. And it was right. Okay. Well, that's sorted at least. Not an offense against God, but an offense against the spirit. What if I tell you, Aavak, that God is a spirit? I don't really feel like taming anything right now. Where's an insect hive queen when you want one? No, taming a warg comes with its own problems at the moment. Like, we are... Honestly, if we tamed a warg right now, all that would mean is that our colony was even more wealthy. And the warg wouldn't actually be trained to fight yet. I know it seems silly, but it genuinely would actually be dangerous for us. You're not a people. Wow, 11 in social, not bad. Genuinely. Hey, another war merchant. Fantastic. Let's shed some of this wealth, shall we? If we're able to. Oh, that is so vexing that I can't select that. All right, fine. Let's just link it that way then. Finally. And should. These ones should be independent, so that's fine. Oh. Overwhelmed with horrible visions rambling. It's because no execution. We're going to need to convert you as quickly as we can. I'm going to allow you to take items off this. Right. Tequila. Where's our sniper rifle? Apparently still outside. All right. And currently meditating. In terms of social, that would definitely be yes, kiwis can fly or leafy. At this point, it's yes, kiwis can fly. Wow. Let's go and give them a bunch of stuff. Hey, Italy. Italy? Where did the X go? I don't know. It just ran away. Musk stole it. This colony looks so fine and dandy. With this chant, I summon candy. Thank you. Thank you, Italis. I thought for a second you betrayed me, but no, I should not have doubted you. Welcome, welcome. This colony is in an interesting place, I'm going to say. I'm going to buy all your pemmican, all of your herbal meds. You can have all of my insect jelly. I will cover what we've... what crazy situation we now find ourselves in, because it is a bit crazy, I'll be honest with you. We can shed some veils and wall masks that are not fantastical. We're keeping that helmet. No, we're keeping the plasteel one as well. Oh, excellent plasteel plate armor. We have been blessed. Now we just need Satria to wake up so they can equip the stuff. That cloth parka can go. Pants can go. I don't think I want a tox pack. They can have that. We could get a breeding pair of rhinos. No. Okay, accept that. But I really... Okay, I'm gonna do a thing, and it's gonna look like a crazy thing, and it kind of is a crazy thing, actually. But, trust me, we need to do it. Then... Wah! stuff on the floor out here. I just need... And no one is picking it up. It's never being picked up. I'm tired of it never being picked up. I require it to be collected and moved and given away. Otherwise, Randy's going to get angry with me. It finally feels like we're recovering and making some progress. I just need to hold out for a few more moments and Randy will forget I exist. We'll be happy. We can frolic in the fields. Okay. Yo. So, I want to give you a gift. You can have the tox shells. You can have the ambrosia. You can have... You don't get those. You can have this club. And this normal breach axe. And this spear. And that equa. And this one, and that one, and that one, and this one, and this one, and that one. All of the bows. Because if I leave them on the ground, Randy's going to use it as justification to send the weapons of mass destruction inspectors that will find weapons of mass destruction, and then I'm going to have a raid. I don't want a raid, Chad. I want a rest. Okay, that's all I can give you. You may take that. Right, okay. Dunk. 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 Alright. You can have a raid whether you like it or not. Randy doesn't need a raid, that's true. But Randy does need to be able to afford the raid. There are rules that even Randy cannot avoid. Just remember, Randy exists within a system, and that system is built on rules. I've seen Randy's punch through pillars of concrete, dodge entire clips of ammunition, but they are fundamentally bound by laws. I don't want you to know this, but they are. Have I done any fishing on the pond? The pond has very few fish, so I basically don't. Did I tell you to equip that, or did I? Oh, god damn it. Hold this, please. Oh, there's nowhere to put it. Oh, why? Okay, fine. That's why it wasn't brought in. There we go. Finally, everything is where it belongs. All right. Okay. So, hello. That's Alex. How did the stream go last night, mate? Is your colony, first and foremost, is your colony still alive? And if it is, have you managed to restore your ideology? And outside of that, how's the general vibe of your colony going right now? And while Alex is considering sharing such information with me, chat, if you're not already following Alex, please do click on that button right now. Give him a follow. Fantastic creator, good friend of mine, good friends of the channel. Plays a lot of games very similar to the games you might see here, but also plays them in a similar way. So if you enjoy what you see here, you will enjoy what you see there. So please do avail yourself of that button right now. Now, this place is a sty. It is alive, but it might not be after this mech breacher raid barges in. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I honestly wasn't sure what was going to happen when I started streaming today. I legitimately felt that there could be a scenario where not long, because we'd only just had a bit of respite. I figured that we might be coming back to this to die in the first hour or so, but it has been for almost 5 hours now. It's almost been 5 hours. So, Alex has an idea of how rough it was for us the other stream. This was the period. This was the fateful, like, Randy's like, oh, you know what? I haven't raided you in a while, so here's all the raids all at once. Don't think I missed them. I just saved them up. That was an interesting time, to be certain, and the creature wealth went down rather drastically. But it went down in kind of lockstep with how much my wealth in items went up, so I didn't really get much of a reprieve. Still no Ideologian, and I haven't figured out what to do about it. Every pawn having Ideologian snaps because there are 6 different ones is making me crazy. Ooh, yeah. You don't even have Ideologians that like multiple Ideologians. That's a bit rough. So, there have been points, obviously, where sudden jumps in item wealth have caused sudden drops in everything else wealth because of the raids that follow up. And we have had a sudden jump in item wealth again, which worries me. We had an assault of mortars. Oh, yonder. Oh, or was it raiders first? Let me see if I can't bring that up. Can I go back very far in the messages? Okay, let's find. Where were we today? Infestation. Right, so we got a siege from the sick blighters. Bunches of infections. Everyone got sick with the flu at the same time. Oh, it was flu there, and then we had following this, there was a war merchant showed up, and they were wasters, so they were all tox gas and stuff like that. We turned a thrombo into a flesh beast, thanks to our one mysterious stranger who has the ability to turn a corpse into a flesh beast. Can't turn people into piles of meat, which is, in my opinion, one of the better ones. But we can do the next best thing. We can turn pile of meat into a people, but it's kind of a twisted people. We got a couple of interesting so-and-sos there. Then we had... Where was the... There was one... Oh, no, sorry, that was the siege. Yeah. We had a siege. We turned a flesh beast into it. We had a war merchant who missed them, wandered over here. So we tried to unleash an ancient danger. It has been so long since I had ancient cryptosleeps not spawn something hostile. I forgot that was even an option. So I shot the cryptosleep caskets, and what happened was a bunch of people who needed medical treatment and just wanted to be friends fell out. And it was like, oh, really, this is not the time. I needed you to be really angry so that you'd go and fight them, who were also really angry, and you could be really angry together because the merchant missed them. But instead, I had to go out and snipe them. Managed to shoot one. We shot once with a charged shot and popped an operator of a mortar, and then they decided to assault. But in that time, they'd already mortared my storage room, which is still a mess. They had a fight with a bunch of merchants out here. We rescued a couple of the merchants, treated them. Just before they got there, we gave the merchants a bunch of stuff as a gift. The merchants promptly then got, messed up a bit and dropped quite a lot of our gift. But we still got the social boost from that, and the social boost from rescuing 2 of them. So... those merchants were very good for us. Very good timing. Then, following that, we had a raid of wasters. So that was the raid there. But we had a problem in that there was nothing really to stop them, but not too long before. The day before, we had rare thrombos. So we went out and we shot one of the thrombos, then ran inside and hid and waited. There was 4 thrombos that instantly... aggroed as a group, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter how many people you've got. 4 angry thrombos will decimate any raid. And even afterwards, they were all wounded a bit. We helped a little bit by shooting them, but they eventually just passed out from blood loss outside after we, spent some time repairing doors they were trying to get through. So we inherited their horns and also all their meat. And then Sanguiphage wanted to meet here. The Sanguiphage coven. Turns out, if you host them in a nice room, one of them wants to join in addition to everything else that's going on. I've evidently never hosted them in a nice room. It's always been some random place on the map or in an absolute sty of a ready room which is doing everything. But so we got the leader of the group of Sanguiphage joined us, and in addition, one of the others gave us a xenogem. So we've now got 2 quite capable melee Sanguiphages. So that's the long and short of it. When you choose a setting called losing is fun, you're not allowed to complain about raids. Yes, I am. I'm allowed to complain about whatever I want. Pizza Pete. While it is socially not particularly socially acceptable to be a hypocrite, it's not illegal to be one. I can, with my whole chest, be a hypocrite whenever the hell I want to be. It is my prerogative. So you over 100,000 wealth? Oh, sadly, yes. We're at almost 140,000. But remember, chat, we are the good guys. Look, we even bury the raiders. Such good guys. Alex, don't you even dare. Sending a Molotov raid to your Sanguiphage colony immediately. How dare you? I need more graves for all of the raiders. Because we're the good guys. I know, right, Fanny Oggs? Such good guys. But consequently, we are now crash researching, as best as tribals can crash research anything, Death Rest, because we've suddenly got 2 people who are going to need it. His spirit is broken. As a result, she is forced to question everything. Baby's certainty with her belief has been reduced to 50%. This happened because of poor mood. The final straw was 8 kibble. That's because you're not a peoples unless you believe our ideology. You're merely a meat puppet. You only get people's food when you believe people's thoughts and ideologies. Like this, Amaya is enjoying the full hospitality of our colony right now because they are peoples. Yeah, listen to my good guy words. So good. I'm gonna need a bed. Bedside table. A dresser. And I would very much like a... I'm gonna grab that, copy it down, link them so they never try to store anything. Because we are going to be setting you up with your own personal room. To that end, oh no, where did the torch go? Yeah, there we are. I would like this torch. This torch can be, you know what? Sure, you can have it in your room. I was going to give it to Citria, but you know what? You brought it here. That's only fair. I just need to host a couple more Sanguiphage parties so I can put more of these blood torches all over the place. Either that or I leave it in the ritual room, but I feel like, you know, considering how much time my people spend in their bedrooms sleeping, that's probably wise to put it there. Also on that note, thinking about it, copy paste. Dark Aavak is very good at what he does. By definition, a good guy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We are bad guy, but not bad guy. What's the new vampire's true name? We will find out the new vampire's true name when they stop having Sulk.